In this video, let us try to clarify the different parts of the function with a simple Java demo example. Uh, for the sake of convenience, I have used the same Java function as before, and I will try to modify the code to make you understand what are the different parts of the function. As I have discussed in the previous video, this line is called the Java function heading, and the implementation part, that is, this is called the function implementation. And inside the heading there is a return type which is double over here because it is returning a double type result, then a function name of your choice, and then inside this opening and closing parenthesis you pass the parameter list. In our case, there are two different parameters. The first one is an integer type parameter named n1, and the second one is a double type parameter named n2. And here, so this is our function, and there is a static keyword which is basically used for a non-object oriented method. This is a required keyword for this non-object oriented use of function. So these are the different parts. Now let us analyze the line of function call inside this main function from where this Bob please add function have been called. Now when you want to call the function from this main, you have to just call the function by its name. So this Bob please add is the name of the function, and you call it Bob please add. And then instead of this parameter list, in place of the parameter list which is like integer n1 and n2, you have to pass the actual value of the parameters. In this case it is 5 and 4.5. So now let us just try to modify each of the parts of the function and let us see how it impacts the function call. So here let's say instead of Bob please add, I just want to change the name from here, name in here. Instead of Bob please add, let us try to give some meaningful name to the function. Let's say add two numbers. And whenever I will change the name of the function, then if I try to run it, I will see that, well, the code is throwing an error because this Bob please add is not defined anymore. So if you change the name of the function, you have to call with the same name from the caller part. So here now if I just run it, as you can see, the function output is 9.5 as before. So next, let us focus on this parameter list. Let us say instead of two parameters, let's say I want to check with three parameters. As I have discussed that it can be any number, a function can take any number of parameters and any type. So let us do something like this. Let's say add three numbers. So instead of two numbers, I just changed the name to add three numbers, and this time let's say instead of double int n1 and double n2, let us say I want to receive another parameter called double n3. It can be any type of data in here. So now if I just change this name over here now, but if I do not match the number of parameters, if I try to run this, we will see that, well, again the program is throwing an error because the number of parameters that are expected, that is 3, is not matching over here. So here basically you have to match the number of parameters. So it is expecting another double number and you have to pass like let's say 6.89. Now everything will work fine. So if I just run it, well, the function, there is no error, But well, since I am interested in adding three numbers, so let's try to be a little bit consistent. Instead of adding n1 plus n2, let's do like plus n3 over here. And now if I run this program, as you can see that, well, the program has added three different numbers, that is 5 plus 4.5 is 9.5, then 9.5 plus 6.89 equals 16.39. So this is how you have to call the function, and if you change anything you have to change it in the function also. If you change anything in the function, according to that you have to change the function call also. For example, let's say if I change the return type here from double to integer, and let's say instead of double adding double, I am changing all these different types to integer. So there is no double, everything is integer over here. Okay, so if I change the return type to integer and all these things to integer, let us see how does the function behave. So let me run this, and as you can see the function is giving an error in this line, that is returning the result. Why? Because this function is still returning a result of type double. Okay, so let us change this to int, so that here the result is int and here it returns the result. So now let us run it, let's see what happens. And well, still the function has some error. Well, that error is gone because we changed the match the return type in here. And still there is another error, that is in the function call line, because the function is actually returning an integer, but I am trying to store it inside a double type variable. So let us change it to int in here. And well, let us run this program and let's see whether it gives me the correct output or not. And well, still there is some error, and let me check what is happening. Well, why it is coming? Because this time if you notice minutely that all the parameters have been also changed. So int n1, int n2 and int n3, but still I am passing like 4.5, 6.89, which are double. So let me get rid of the decimal, the fraction part, and let me run that. So 5 plus 4 plus 6, I expect like 9 plus 6 equals 15. Let us see whether I get the correct result or not in here. So as you can see, 15 have been printed. And well, you can store the result in any type of variable name. Let's say this is I mean the variable name depends on your choice. So let's say if it is my result, let us change the variable name over here, just to distinguish from this result to this result. Okay, so let us run this, and as you can see the program is running properly. So what I have shown you here, that all the different parts of the function can be changed based on the problem description. And whenever you will change the function heading, function name and function return type, all these things, you have to change the function call also accordingly.